If we draw an imaginary vertical line in space, the frequency of a wave is how often a wave cycle passes the line within a certain time. We can also define frequency as the number of times a wave cycle. This is the process of changing one of the characteristics of an analog signal based to the information in digital signal. There are three types of digital. 2. Analog modulation. First is amplitude shift keying. Second is frequency shift keying. And the last one is phase shift keying. Let's see how FSK works. FSK is a modulation method where digital signals change the amplitude of the carrier wave. For simplicity, let's say that when a garage button opener is pressed, the FSK modulation results in a higher amplitude for the carrier signal, representing a binary 1 for the open command. When the button is not pressed, the amplitude remains at a lower level, representing a binary 0 for the close command. Frequency shift keying is the digital modulation technique in which the frequency of the carrier wave changes with digital signal. Imagine a remote-controlled car where the wireless communication between the remote control and the car itself uses a technique called frequency shift keying, FSK. When the car is moving forward, the digital binary value is 1, and the frequency of the carrier wave will become higher. And when the car is moving backward, the digital binary value is 0, and the frequency of the carrier wave will become lower. Here is another example. On the left side is digital signal, and on the right side is a carrier wave. The modulated wave demonstrates how digital signals modulate the carrier wave. PSK is a digital modulation process which transmits data by changing the phase of constant frequency of the carrier wave. The frequency and amplitude of the carrier wave remain the same. The only change is phase. Specifically, phase changes at the point where binary value 1 changes to binary value 0. Let's zoom in to look closely when input bit changes from 1 to 0. Imagine a remote light button is switched on. The wave is going to travel like this. But at the moment the remote light button is switched off, wave changes its direction. It stops going up and starts going down.